What's good, Daily Squad? It's your guy, Westside Daily West, back with my first ever story time. Before we get started, make sure y'all smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. So, back in 2017, I moved back to my hometown of Beaumont, Texas. I had been living in Austin for about 2 years and things had got a little rocky for me. So I came back home and instantly started looking for a job. January 2017, I walked into the Sprint store. I knew a couple people that worked there. I asked if they were hiring and my guy was like, yeah, we're hiring. Put your application in. I can get you in. So February, I start at Sprint. I think it was February 7th actually. February 7th, 2017, I started at Sprint. So from February 2017 all the way to basically February 2021, I have been a Sprint employee. Now, of course, last year Sprint was acquired by T-Mobile. So with the merger, I ended up getting a promotion of some sort. They transitioned me from one Sprint store to a T-Mobile store, and my new position required me to teach T-Mobile staff how to maneuver through Sprint systems, so when they have a Sprint customer, they're not just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? With that, basically, I wasn't working under my initial manager or the manager in the store. I was working under somebody that, hell, I barely was even seeing. So I wasn't able to clock in, I wasn't able to clock out. I had to input my time every single time. I was texting my stuff over to my old management so that they can input it in there. I can get paid because I technically still was a Sprint employee and we still was on Sprint payroll. So from August all the way to February, I kid you not, at least one of my paychecks requires some sort of management revision because I'm not getting paid right. The first time I went to the management that was above me, the second time I went above her, the third time I went above him, and I was assured that it wouldn't happen again. But surely enough, the same guy that told me that it wouldn't happen again ends up getting transferred out, and a new guy comes in that doesn't know nothing about what's been going on. So the fourth, fifth, sixth time it happens, it's like, okay, now I'm getting frustrated, so I started lashing out. I'm noticing that I'm missing money on my paychecks, so I'm like, well, fuck it, y'all not paying me anyway, I'm not coming to work. But now I know what you're thinking, well, doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose? I would put PTO in for the days I didn't go to work, you know what I'm saying? I still had some PTO, your boy was still getting paid, you feel me? Anyway, fast forward to the meat and potatoes of the situation. I had to quarantine in December. I was exposed to COVID, but I tested negative, so I didn't have COVID, but somebody around me had COVID. During my quarantine period, I was granted 80 hours of pay. So, 2 weeks that I would be out, I still was awarded my pay. So I returned like December 15th or something like that, and I noticed that basically from December 4th to December 11th, I didn't get paid. Like it wasn't no hours in there. So I went to my management about it. I'm like, hey, what's going on with this right here? And to their knowledge, they assumed that it would have been automatically put in once I called the employee helpline for COVID. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I'll just wait a little bit and I'll just see what happens. My payroll closes on Monday morning, so it's Sunday morning. I'm like, okay, I still don't see the hours. Let me see what's up. So I get with my management again, and he's, they're like, let's go ahead and try to see if we can input it. Lo and behold, we couldn't input it, so we call our district manager. This nigga don't even answer the phone, and he at home. He's at home quarantined and doesn't even answer the phone. Mind you, like I said, my payroll closes on Monday morning. So if the only guy that has the power to put my pay in, he's not answering the phone, what am I supposed to do? But I didn't snap. I was like, okay, whatever. Just shoot him a text or something, let him know what's going on, and then we just go from there. Me trying to be fucking optimistic. Anyways, so Tuesday comes, I get an email saying that, the time was inputted, but it was for like 25 hours. Like 25 out of 40 hours? Like, what the fuck? So I bring it up to my management again. I'm like, yo, he put it in, but it's for 25 hours. Like, what's going on here? So he goes up, asks what's going on, and then I think he put it in for like 32 hours next. I'm just like, what the fuck? So I go above him. I go to our HR partner. I tell her what's going on. I tell her that this has been a recurring thing since we became T-Mobile. She reaches out. She gives me a phone number. I call her, and we just, I let her know. Like, everything. I spared no expense on details. I just was going in. So then at that point, she became knowledgeable of everything that's been going on, every occurrence that has happened since August. But nobody could tell me when I was supposed to get paid the money that I was missing. She was telling me that it's possible that it could come in an overnight check. It's possible that it might come on my first T-Mobile check, which would have been January 15th. Shit, we still was in December. Like, why I gotta wait till January 15th 15th on some shit that y'all didn't do. But still, I wasn't tripping. I trusted that this person was gonna find out how I was gonna get paid. Safe to say that she didn't find out either. I mean, just being honest. Fast forward. So January 7th was my birthday. Fast forward to January 7th. I was inside of the Sprint store, well, the old Sprint store, and I was doing some Sprint related things, and my district manager walks in the door. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, look, you here, you know, let me go ahead and, you know, let me go ahead and holler at you feel me? Now, at this time, I also was supposed to be quarantined from work. Even though I tested negative, I still had to be quarantined from work. And technically, I wasn't at work, I just was in the facility. You know what I mean? I wasn't clocked in or anything like that. I was a customer. So I pull him to the side, I'm like, yo, can we talk? He's like, yeah, come on, Dale, let's go ahead and talk. And I'm like, hey, you know, have you heard anything about my pay? Like I said, I didn't get paid from December, I think the 4th to December 11th or 12th. And it's January 7th at this point. So I'm asking about it and he's just kind of like, oh, I thought it was handled. You know, I thought it was handled, man. And he's black. He's black like me. So I'm like, okay, you a brother, you supposed to understand, you know, my frustration here, and he just brushing me off. So I'm like, all right, bro, you know, whatever. I still didn't lose my cool, y'all. So then he started talking something about me being quarantined and we got some big things going on in 2021. I said, 2021, you ain't even paying me for 2020. So I start walking away. And he notices that I'm upset. He notices that I'm frustrated. And then at that point, he wants to start showing empathy and be sympathetic to my situation. Starts following me, Dale, no, Dale, come here, Dale. He starts following me out the building. And that's what pissed me off. And that's what took me to that point. That's what took me to that point, y'all. Like, you didn't give a when I basically was pleading my case about being broke. It's my birthday and I have no money. You didn't care when we was kind of trying to reach out to you when we had ample amount of time. You didn't care. So now that you see that I'm upset in person, you're upset that I'm upset and you want to alleviate it. That. So I start walking away and I'm like, no, Dad, you me. You don't give a you the worst manager ever. You the worst district manager ever. You suck at your job, da-da-da. I start walking out. Now, mind you, I understand that that is not ethically correct. I understand that if I have frustrations, I don't have to get aggressive and curse. I get that. But y'all have to understand my frustration after 5, 6, 7, 8 times, after constantly voicing that sometimes it ain't even about the money. It's just about the fact that I want to feel like y'all give a fuck that I'm missing the money. After so many times, it's like I'm talking to a brick wall, and I express that every single time. No matter who I talk to, I express the fact that it ain't about the money every time. It's about let me know that, okay, well, Dale in 4 years has never been on a corrective action ever. And they told me that when they fired me too, by the way. They knew that. Dale goes above and beyond when it comes to his job. He comes in early, he stays late, he comes in on his off day. The least he asks is for me to care about his money. And I can't even get that. So he follows me outside of the store. Now, they fired, like I said, they fired me because of ethics, right? Isn't it unethical to not pay your employees though? Isn't it unethical to follow a customer outside or follow them in the store, period? I could have sworn in the handbook, if somebody was robbing the store, you're not supposed to engage. If someone's being hostile in the store, you're not supposed to engage. But he follows me all the way to the front of the store and starts screaming at me that I'm done. You're done here. What? So he starts screaming that, and I say, yo, if this is what you want to do, you really not gonna like me. I'ma really turn up, cause if I ain't got no job, if you ain't my superior no more, I'ma show you, cause you gonna feel what I'm saying. You gonna feel every word of what I'm saying. But I chilled out. My co-workers, they stopped me, walked me outside, told me to cool out, and I cooled out, right? So I'm thinking like, yo, I really just did this. Like, I really just cussed him out. Let me talk to my management so they hear it from me first. I called my manager. He already didn't heard from my district manager. But here's the twist. He tried to say that I tried to get physical with him. Y'all hear me? Y'all hearing what I'm saying? He said that I tried to get physical with him. Understand this. If I wanted to lay hands on this dude, it would have happened. nobody was gonna stop me. But that wasn't the point. Me using force or violence wasn't the point I was trying to make here. The point was, you're gonna feel my frustration. And obviously, it didn't work because, hell, I haven't talked to him since that day, matter of fact. So anyway, I came back off of quarantine maybe the following week, and at that point I still had a job, to my knowledge, you know what I mean? When it was time for me to return, I was able to clock in, I worked, and it's been 3 weeks since the incident. 3 weeks since the incident. And on Saturday, what today is, what, Tuesday? On Saturday the 31st, I'm backwards. On Saturday the 30th, they called me. I clocked in and everything. They called me. My manager is in front of me. The HR partner's on the phone. Do y'all know that they told me that they decided to let me go? They let me go because they have somebody in a higher position that isn't doing their job. And don't y'all think as a leader you're supposed to take care of your people so that they respect you and they want to work for you? See, but he don't grasp that concept, and that's why he will never be respected as a district manager. He will never be respected because he don't look out for people. He a slimy, slug-looking motherfucker. Like, if y'all ever seen a slug without the shell, that's how this dude look. He looks like the crab off of Futurama. Like, that's, bro, he will never be respected, and I will no longer respect that company no matter what. Cause how do y'all fire somebody because they're being mistreated? But it's cool though, because I believe in signs of I think it's called affirmations. I believe in affirmations. I believe everything happens for a reason. So with that, I'm gonna take the time to just focus on me. You feel me? Getting a job is nothing, and maybe just what is my time to leave. I always said when I kind of started doing the YouTube thing, I did want to be out by February, and lo and behold, 2 days before February, I was out. So, but that is why I got fired from my 9 to 5, and that's why I'm able to give y'all way more content, because you guys are very fucking needy. But I wouldn't be anything without the Daily Squad, so I'm grateful for all of y'all. But that's gonna be it for this story time. I'll see y'all on the next one. Daily Squad.